What is up? It's time for another vlog. Should I come up with like a name for these things instead of just the vlogs, and everybody uses the name vlog for a video log? So if you guys have any ideas to what I should title my vlogs from now on, something catchy, something zingy, something cool, just post them in the comments below. I'll look at them and maybe I'll take one. And I'll give you credit in the next vlog. But now I want to talk about something that really pissed me off. Breaking Bad. The thing is though, I'm not talking about the show. In my last video I said that I'm a big Breaking Bad fan. At least now I am. At the beginning of the summer I wasn't, but it wasn't until halfway through June that I decided that, hey, I've heard that the final 8 episodes are going to be premiering on, are going to start on August 11th. Whenever I say premiering, some people mistaken that for all 8 episodes being shown in one day. Are you crazy? So I heard that they were going to start on August 11th, so I thought to myself, okay, I got between now and then to catch up on Breaking Bad and watch seasons 1 through 4.5, 5.5, 5A, 5.5, whatever you want to call it. And I did. I watched an episode a day. I took breaks in between each season to kind of digest it all, and I watched it, like I said, every night throughout the entire summer up until August 11th when the final 8 episodes premiered. And I gotta be honest, I'm a huge fan of this show. I love this show. I gotta be honest, there's moments where I thought to myself, do I like this more than The Walking Dead? Or could it be that I am longing for a Walking Dead fix? It's been so long since The Walking Dead was on. I think, what was it, March? I think it hasn't been on since March, and it's going to be coming back on October 13th. We got trailers, we got promos, we got everything to kind of get us pumped for the 4th season. And so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I'm definitely going to be tuning in on October 13th. That's when it's coming out. So I'm kind of debating as to whether or not I truly like Breaking Bad more than Walking Dead, or is it because I just haven't seen the Walking Dead in so long. Still debating on that. But in the end, I am definitely a fan of this show. I really love this show. I can't get enough of it, and it's going to be it's gonna feel a little weird for me because I can't say, oh, I'm gonna miss Breaking Bad, because technically I didn't even start watching it until this summer, so I guess I can't have that strong attachment that other people were, especially the people who started watching from the very beginning, from the pilot episode. I feel for those people because those people have loved this show from the very beginning, and for them it is going to be a truly sad thing to see this show go. And granted, there is a portion of that show that's going to live on. I'll talk about that in a second. But it is going to be somewhat of a touching moment for them to experience the finale after sticking with the show for now 5 years. If you guys watched Breaking Bad since the very first episode, please tell me, did it come out in 2007 or 2008? Because I've seen some sites that listed as 2007, others listed as 2008. I'm a little confused. But anyways, the thing that pissed me off is that we got the final 8 episodes premiering, that premiered on August 11th, and they're going to wrap up on September 29th. That's when the final episode is due to air. A few days ago, AMC and Sony announced the Breaking Bad. They announced 2 things. One, Breaking Bad, the final season on Blu-ray and DVD, and Breaking Bad, the complete series collection. Both are going to be available. Yeah, I believe both. Yeah, they both. If one gets released, the other has to be released at the same time. Actually, one more than the other. If the complete collection comes out on a specific day, then for sure by then the final season on DVD and Blu-ray by itself is going to be out. And this collection, as well as the Blu-ray and DVD for the final season, 5A, 5B, 5.5, whatever you want to call it, is set to be released on November 26th. Now, a couple of things. One, that is my best friend's birthday, so I know what to get her for her birthday now. The complete Breaking Bad series. Because I've been trying to get her into Breaking Bad for the longest time, me and her boyfriend. And we're having a tough time trying to get her to sit down and watch the show, because she's always busy. But anyways, now I know what to get her for her birthday. Complete collection. It's set to come out November 26th in time for the holidays, which is one of the reasons why they're starting now, they're trying to get as much of the information about that collection out there as possible. That way people know about it, and they're like, oh my god, this would be a perfect Christmas gift for so-and-so. So it makes sense. On a marketing level, it makes sense. What doesn't make sense is that they go ahead and they give us all the information about the special features. Now, David, what's the big deal? Well, here's the thing. The special features on the not only on the Blu-ray DVD the separate Blu-ray and DVD for the final season, as well as the complete collector's edition, are going to be the bare essentials. Featurettes, gag reel, deleted scenes, stuff that you have always come to expect out of these Blu-ray and DVD sets. And the total amount of features for the collection is going to come in a replica of a barrel. If you guys have been watching Breaking Bad recently, these barrels have been playing somewhat of an important part, containing a particular asset that Walt cannot live without. And yeah, it's going to come in this collectible barrel. It has BR, BA, the elements right there that form the Breaking Bad logo. You open it up, you got, I don't know how many discs total. I think in the press release, I think it said the amount of discs. But it's going to have all 5 seasons in their complete form. And it's also going to come with all the features that came with all the other DVD and Blu-ray releases. So it's going to be, it's one of those collection sets that it's for the people who have not been buying the seasons on DVD and Blu-ray. If you guys already have them, then just get the final season on Blu-ray or DVD by itself. If you have not bought any of that, then this is the thing to get. At least for those who are completists and would love to own the entire collection on this replica barrel. And like I said, it has over 55 episodes of bonus features, and those features, like I said, are the ones that already came with the original Blu-ray and DVD sets. But along with that, it also comes with a brand new 2-hour documentary that you can only get with this collector's collection. It's an exclusive of sorts. The other thing that's going to come with this complete series collection, as well as the separate DVD and Blu-ray for the final season of Breaking Bad, is, before I say it, if you guys don't want to get pissed off and don't want to, if you guys are planning on watching the finale for Breaking Bad, you guys have been watching Breaking Bad up until this point, and if you guys are planning on watching the finale with just the best experience, going into it saying, oh my gosh, this is it, this is the final episode, this is the ending, this is it, this is all, this is the, this is it, this is the ultimate conclusion to this show that I've been watching for the past 5 or 6 years. If you guys have that wholesome feeling of going into this as fresh and as, like I said, wholesome as possible, then please skip this video ahead to where I start talking about something else. You'll probably see an image here. Like, look at the thumbnail viewer here, and skip to whenever you see something else here. Like if I'm talking about anything that has to do with video games or movies or whatever I managed to squeeze into this vlog, just skip to that. Because you don't want to hear what I'm about to say. It's not a spoiler for the story, because I'm caught up on Breaking Bad, and all I can do right now is make predictions about where the show's going to go. But this feature that they included in the collection set is a big, in my opinion, somewhat taints the experience of going in, tuning in on September the 29th at 9 o'clock, I believe. Is it 9 o'clock? Yeah, 9 o'clock, and watching the Breaking Bad finale. And the thing is this, like I said, if you guys don't want to know, skip ahead. But the thing is that one of the features on the Blu-ray and DVD set for the final season, as well as the complete collection, is that there is going to be an alternate ending on this disc. An alternate ending for the Breaking Bad series finale. A 3-minute scene, I think it said 3 minutes, a 3-minute scene of how Breaking Bad could have ended. Really? You're going to tell us that there's an alternate ending for a show that has not ended yet, but is going to end, that we have been watching this whole time, ahead of time? Really? AMC? Sony? You guys are really going to do that? There's been press releases where they announce a specific box set or a DVD for a movie or for a show, for whatever, and you have the ability to withhold the details on the special features. You can give us, some artwork or a release date, or at least just a few features. But you don't have to tell us everything. And the reason why I think that this is a huge mistake on AMC and Sony's part is that telling us that there is an alternate ending out there on the cutting room floor for this show, it kind of ruins the experience that we were set to have on the 29th when the finale premieres. Because now we're going to go into the finale, we're going to watch it, we're going to have our opinions about it, whether they be good or bad, whatever, regardless. And then afterwards, we're just going to think to ourselves, well, That's not exactly the whole ending. There's an alternate ending, and the only way to find out is to buy the Blu-ray or the DVD or the complete series collection. So, it's not that finale, that big finale. It just doesn't feel complete. It doesn't feel, like I said, wholesome, because now you're going into it saying to yourself, at least thinking to myself, since I unfortunately found this out via Twitter. This, I think it was Hollywood.com, or was it IG? I think it was IGN tweeted, and one of the guys that I follow who worked for IGN retweeted it, saying that, complete series collection announced that comes with a 2-hour exclusive documentary and an alternate ending, and I'm just like, oh, please. Oh. Hopefully you guys are understanding where I'm coming with this, because it truly irritates me, the fact that it could have gone one of two ways, and we're only going to get one of those ways. I know that there's alternate endings for movies and such like that. Why aren't you complaining about that? The reason for that is because we saw the movie in the theater first, and then 4 to 6 months later, they say, oh, there was an alternate ending. Okay. Here, them telling us ahead of time, before the finale even premieres, that there's an alternate ending is the equivalent to developers creating a game and then taking out missions or portions of that game and stitch it together, release it, and say, and saying this literally like 2 or 3 weeks before the game even comes out, oh, there's this DLC that's going to be released day one along with the game. I'm pretty sure you had plenty of time to put that DLC into the actual game before you released the fucking thing. Same thing here. Why did you have to, at least, if there was going to be an alternate ending, at least wait until the show is over, though. The show ends September 29th. This set, as well as the final season DVD and Blu-ray, is set to come out November 26th. That gives you 2 months. Let's go ahead and say a month and a half. At least wait, either between half a month to a month after the show is over to say, here are the special features for this new set that's coming out, the DVD and Blu-ray release of the final season. Here they are. And yes, there was an alternate ending. Oh, I did not know that. Now that we had our experience that was not tampered with back in September when we witnessed the finale, we are now open to seeing how it would have ended. That's just my opinion. If you guys have heard of these news, please let me know, what do you guys think of it. And if you haven't heard the news, then hopefully you are still not watching, and hopefully you're about to tune in a few seconds. But speaking of Breaking Bad news, just recently they announced, AMC and I think it was just AMC. AMC announced that there's going to be a Breaking Bad spin-off series that is currently titled, it's not the official title, but it's the working title, called Better Call Saul. And if you guys haven't guessed it, and if you guys have been watching Breaking Bad, the show is going to center around our good old likable asshole lawyer, Saul Goodman. And in my opinion, I'm quite mixed on the decision to make a spin-off series on this guy, because I feel he is a great character on the show. I really like him. I like that he's the likable asshole with a heart of gold. Like, he has a heart of gold covered in slime. And when you manage to peep through that slime, you see that there's a heart of gold there. You see that he genuinely cares about certain people in this show. Even though he has a funny way of showing it, and a funny way of socializing with these characters and interacting with them. Even though I like his character, and I'm telling you, I really like him, because I think it's one of the toughest things to do, to make the likable asshole. Even despite that, I don't know how he would fit in a show where he's the main character, because I feel he's one of those characters where he's great in small to moderate doses, where he's just a supporting character. In a leading role, I don't think so. It reminds me an awful lot of how, a couple years ago, I'm not even sure if they're going through with it, but a couple years ago they announced that they were going to make a Les Grossman movie. Les Grossman was Tom Cruise's character in Tropic Thunder, the asshole, Hollywood mogul that was, with the glasses and the gold chains and everything. He was bossing, the Steve Coogan's character, the director, around, saying, "Yeah, this is my movie," blah blah blah. He has that great scene where he's telling the Viet Cong guys to just fuck off. It's a great scene. I like it. But they were announcing that they were going to make a feature-length film with him as the main character. My immediate response, no. Because one of the things that worked with his character is that he was literally in just a couple of scenes. and he shined in those scenes because of how little he was used. To have him in a full-length movie? No. And I feel like the same thing could happen with Saul Goodman as the leading character in a show. Now, granted, this is coming from guys who are just, who just deliver, when, in my opinion, what is one of the best written shows of all time. So maybe they could find a way to treat Saul in the same way they treated Walt, where Walt goes from nice guy to, complete drug kingpin. Maybe they can take Saul and start him off as a, this likable douchebag lawyer and transform him into the character that he is in Breaking Bad, in which he is, like I said, he's the likable asshole. He has a heart of gold covered in slime, and you have to do some work into his character in order to be able to see that. Plus, somebody online, I think it was also on IGN, somebody online mentioned one thing, and if you guys are planning on watching Breaking Bad, please, once again, I'm going to have to ask you to skip forward a little bit because this does dive a little bit into spoiler territory. But one thing that somebody pointed out online that would be kind of awesome for for Better Call Saul to do, let's go ahead and call it that for now, is that if this is said to be because rumor has, well, it's not so much a rumor, it's more like talk, buzz has it that this is going to be a prequel before the events of Breaking Bad, leading up to the events of Breaking Bad. And if that is the case, somebody online pointed out the fact that if that is indeed the case, then guess what? We might see Mike and Gus again. How awesome would that be? Well, at least how awesome would it be to see Mike again? Because Gus is one of those bad guys you love to hate. He's one of those guys where if he came back from the dead, you want to see what he does. You're fascinated by him, even though he's a complete villain. He's a complete evil force. You genuinely are fascinated by him, and you're willing to watch more of him. So, for the better of our characters, it would be awesome to see Mike again because he's genuinely an awesome character. I think he was at one point the most likable character on that show, second to Jesse Pinkman. So, it would be awesome to see those guys again. Now, granted, it is up to the actors to figure out whether or not they want to come back for this show. Should they be written into this spin-off show? But that would be a great opportunity to really not only raise the ratings on this thing, because I don't feel like people are going to be tuning in to a Breaking Bad spin-off show about the sleazebag lawyer. That's also going to be another problem that might, cause it to get canceled. So who knows? But that would be pretty awesome. So departing from Breaking Bad, I want to talk about some other things that are mostly video game related. I don't feel like I've been talking about an awful lot about video games lately, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about that. The Xbox One is coming out November 22nd. Moving on. This is somewhat old news, but Nintendo announced the 2DS, which is like the 3DS, only without the 3D, and it doesn't have a clamshell device, meaning it can't go like this, and it looks more like a door stopper. And I'm just going to cut to the chase. I'm going to say the exact same thing that anybody else who is smart about what they say says. If you don't like it, don't buy it. I mean, sure, you can complain about it, say, oh man, it doesn't close, and the thing does look a little fugly. But you do know that there's this other thing called the 3DS and the 3DS XL. You can go and buy that. You don't have to buy the 2DS. And I didn't think about this at first. I gotta be honest, I didn't think about this at all when they first announced the 2DS. But as I was watching videos and insight and reports on the 2DS and what it could do and why Nintendo's releasing it, it makes complete utter sense that Nintendo's releasing this to target that under 7 years of age demographic that they couldn't hit with the 3DS because of health hazards with the 3D and the eyes and everything. No, it's supposedly on the box it says nobody under 7 can use this device or whatever, something like that. So this is for them, and the marketing even targets that. They show little kids playing with the DS. You never see a tween or a teen or even an adult playing that thing. So it's easy to see that Nintendo is definitely targeting little kids, 4, 5, 6 years old who just want to play simple Mario games on this 2DS. And it's cheaper. It's something that parents could just easily somewhat easily. I mean, my parents will definitely not go for this. Should they have a little kid at this age, but most parents would somewhat go out of their way to go and buy this thing, give it to the kids for their birthday or for the Christmas, and just have them shut up on the trip to their grandma's house. In another more recent news, PlayStation announced quite a handful. A new Vita model, which it's nothing new. I mean, handheld systems, consoles, they're always going to go through redesigns. The PlayStation 4 is going to go through a redesign. The Xbox One is going to go over a redesign. It's going to happen eventually, and now it just happens to have happened first in Japan with PlayStation Vita. And it doesn't exactly do anything new to me. I still feel the same way about Vita, which is that it's cool, but not enough for me to buy. You know, I don't know. Not for me. What might be for me, however, would be the other thing that PlayStation recently announced. The PS Vita TV. And just like it sounds, it's this little device. I'll show a picture right here. And basically what you do is hook it up to your TV, link it to a DualShock 3 controller that you happen to have, and now you can play PlayStation Vita games on your TV. And in my opinion, that's really cool. I mean, you know, Vita games that were exclusively for Vita, but now I can actually play them on the TV. Now, David, why don't you just get a Vita? Well, at this point, a Vita TV sounds a lot less expensive than an actual Vita, because an actual Vita goes for, what, $200? You know, they announced a new price cut, so that's cool, but still, it's a little hefty for me, especially now since I don't have a job. But I have Uncharted Golden Abyss sitting in the hard drive of my PlayStation 3 without being able to be played because it's a Vita exclusive. It's a Vita game. So now, with this Vita TV, I can, you know, at least I hope you can transfer it on over from the PlayStation 3 to the Vita TV, hook up the Vita TV, Vita TV, a lot of T's, a lot of V's. But I'm hoping you can hook up the Vita to the TV with that game transferred onto there, and now I can play Uncharted Golden Abyss on my television. So that would be really awesome. But I think specific details are yet to come in. I mean, I haven't exactly seen anything very concrete about the Vita TV. I mean, for all I know, it could be just a Vita TV that hooks up to your TV. I mean, it's called a Vita TV. But the only way to play PlayStation Vita games is to take the physical copy of the game, which are those in those little cards, slide the card into the Vita TV, and then boom, that's how you play the game. Which in that case, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, granted, it's still cheaper than getting a Vita, but aside from Uncharted Golden Abyss and the upcoming, I think it's already out, Killzone Mercenary. Apart from those games, which feel like they're the go-to games to get for the Vita, as well as maybe Gravity Rush or the handheld version of Sound Shapes, games like that, I don't feel that huge of a need to get not only a PlayStation Vita, but a Vita TV as well. But that about does it for this vlog. I think I went on way too long this time. Be sure to do your thing, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and also be sure to check out geekedoutnation.com. It's a website that I'm writing a few articles here and there. I'm not an official writer. The thing is still in its beta phase, in which we're just trying to get traction with the website. Every form of contribution is welcome, and anybody could become a contributor as long as you follow the steps, you meet all the guidelines, and you submit great content. So be sure to check out the website, geekedoutnation.com. I'll post a link down in the description below. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care.